Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel here at Sidewalker Daily. So recently I did a video all about how to become a travel influencer in 2024. Today's video, I want to talk more about the monetization side. How are these travel influencers making money? Well, you're in luck because as someone who has worked on the brand side with hotels and tourism boards and has literally paid travel creators for content and for influence, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of how travel influencers are monetizing. Now, if you're interested in travel influencing and you didn't watch that video I already published, I'll make sure to include a link below. When it comes to travel influencers, obviously, and any influencer in any niche, you guys will start to realize there's so many different ways to monetize. So this video is going to go over the different ways because remember, there's not just one size fits all. Obviously, the first on the list, let's just go ahead and talk about it, sponsored content. A lot of the travel influencers you are seeing, whether they be on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, these guys are getting paid by tourism boards, by hotels, by tour operators, by travel brands in general for sponsored content. Now notice how I said brands, because a lot of times I think when you think travel influencer, you only think hotel and tourism board. You don't think, hey, I could go after a beauty brand. I could go after a different type of travel brand or a tour operator to create sponsored content on the feed. Now, when we talk about sponsored content, remember, this is very influencer centric. What do I mean by that? When you're pitching influencer work, you're saying, hey brand, come access my audience, come talk to them. I want to share about, your brand, your service, your product with them. That's pitching influence. Now notice I don't say a follower count for that because influence varies. You could have a small account, be very influential in your niche, or you could have a big account and have totally, no influence within your community. So one thing I always say is to test it. Test it by putting up links, test it by setting up those Amazon storefronts, test it by having different calls to action, polls, etc. That way you can see, are people clicking when you're asking them to. Now, when we talk about travel sponsorships, obviously monetization is big there, but a huge way creators in the travel niche are monetizing is through content and production. So note that word production. When I worked on the travel side, again, tourism board, hotel side, a big part of how I would pay creators was for content. Like the hotels needed photos, needed videos, right? So instead of paying an influencer to post about us, which is a little bit more like advertising for the property, I was very much more like, I need content. I need content for my properties to help them be relevant on social. Think about the amount of content you guys have to create on a daily basis, right? So the good thing about pitching content is that there isn't a follower size prerequisite for that. You just need a portfolio. You need to show your work. I always tell creators that walk through my door, you can't pitch without showing the work. It's like, would you pay for a wedding, and not see the wedding photographer's work? No, right? So how are you going to charge, $10,000 for a batch of photos and videos if you haven't even showed your work? So that is a very important piece of information in the pie when you're pitching content. Now, if you are pitching influence or if you're pitching content and you're a creator watching this video and you want to work with travel brands or brands in general, make sure to come to my next free live training. Note those words. It is free and it is live. I'll be sharing scripts, I'll be sharing examples, I'll be sharing my screen. It's an amazing training packed with information. So if you are a creator that wants to monetize on the brand deal side, whether it's content or influence, come to my next free live training. Okay, we're seeing travel influencers monetize is through affiliates. Now, this goes out for my bloggers. Do I have any bloggers here? I know people think blogging is dead, but it's not. The grass is always green where you water it. So if you're a blogger watching this video, know that there is room for you. And the reason I say travel specifically with bloggers is because travel tends to have a long lead purchase. So someone is going to see you on Instagram and not just book a trip right away, versus if you're focusing on keywords, right? And you're ranking for a keyword like what to do in the Bahamas and your blog post pops up, people are searching that keyword. There is search around that. You are oftentimes going to be able to bundle in your affiliate link within. So I personally know creators that are using affiliate links for Expedia and different resellers of hotel rooms, and they're making monthly money through their blog with affiliate marketing. Again, very travel centric. Now, this also goes for my YouTubers. If you have a YouTube, right? It's like me, some of my videos have popped off from 2 years ago and I'm not promoting them, but those videos, if they had an affiliate link, those also do well. So if you're watching this and you're a YouTuber and you want to do YouTube content, that's a great place to bundle in those affiliates inside your description because it will live forever. So if you are interested in the affiliate side of things, I see a lot of success with my bloggers and YouTubers. Now, remember, affiliate can also include that Amazon storefront, and that's a little bit more Instagram centric or TikTok centric. So what do I mean by that? You could be a travel influencer that says, hey, shop my, looks for Paris, shop my travel bag and necessities, shop my favorite suitcases, whatever, and create different idea lists. You can do this on your Amazon storefront. Now, if you're interested in all things Amazon, I do have a video on my channel, and I'm in the process of filming another one. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can see when that video is released on all things Amazon storefronts. Now, one thing I have also seen for the content creators and travel influencers I work with, which are a lot, y'all, you guys know I have a community of over 100,000 creators that I support daily and help. A big part of them are travel creators. Now, doing sponsored posts is great, but you know what's even better? Brand ambassadorships. When you become the face of a destination, or you now go with them potentially to a travel conference and your video is the one that's playing on loop in the background. Tourism boards will do this a lot, and that's why a lot of the things I teach here at Sidewalker, and specifically within my Pitching to Brands Master Course, which is your signature program here at Sidewalker for pitching, one thing I often teach is you don't want to just give that content away, right? We want to license it so you can get that yearly income. Maybe the license is every 2 years, maybe it's yearly, but trust me, it is nice to have that tourism board coming back saying, hey, can we use that one more time at a show or on our website or whatever. So licensing is a really important way that we're seeing creators that have those brand ambassadorships, those longer term partnerships with brands kind of monetize. Now, we briefly touched on this in the first part when we're talking about pitching content. We talked about like selling video work and photography, so that was production. But remember, I just wanted to tie it into, again, that concept of licensing. If you're able to have a brand license it from you, that way you get that steady stream, every year. And we're seeing creators do this also at a micro level. Like recently, a creator in my pitching course, she licensed a photo, or I believe it was a video, for a Facebook ad. And the tourism board had to pay her every 3 months to run ads to that content. So again, if that's something that's interesting to you, you don't always have to do these year-long licenses. You could say, hey, yeah, you want to run ads to my video that I made for you? Sounds great. This is my monthly licensing fee. Now, those fees take a little bit of time to come up with. If you need help with your rates, coming up with your licensing fees, coming up with your rates in general, take a look at our Pitching to Brands Master Course. We cover it deeply and thoroughly inside the program. Now, I have seen creators more and more do digital products. So what do I mean? Courses, presets that they're selling for content creators, like image presets. That was a little bit more popular back in the day. I've seen creators sell itineraries, sell packing lists. So they're selling these one-offs. I think this works really well as a travel influencer that has like knowledge on a specific area. So if you're like, this is my family-friendly guide to Europe, and yes, there's content that you give to your audience, but you're like, but if you really want the downloadable, or you want my ebook, or you want, my program where it's a course and I show you my favorite spaces, we're seeing travel influencers do that. So just because you're an influencer doesn't mean you can't jump into the digital course market. You don't have to teach how to be a travel influencer. You can also just teach about a destination that you really know a lot about, right? Or that people always come to you. A lot of the creators in my program will tell me, Nina, people always are DMing me the same question, so I'll keep sending them the same blog posts. But remember, people keep asking you the same question about a destination or a hotel or something. You can also start thinking, okay, is there a way for me to create something that is of value to my community, and then something that's a little bit more, in depth, takes more work, that is something I want to sell to my audience? There's something there. Speaking about selling, we're also seeing a lot of travel influencers do consulting. So they'll have some sort of like coaching element where you can book a call with them to ask questions. This is a perfect example. I recently went to Costa Rica, and there's a girl who's living in Costa Rica and doing all of that. And immediately, I asked her, do you have one-on-one services that I could just, pay you for your hour, for your time to ask questions about my trip? So remember, if you are someone that loves to travel, you have knowledge and you know about things that other people don't know about. So it's helpful for you to even offer your time. And sometimes people will book and sometimes they won't, but at least it's there and it's something that you can say, hey, if you have questions on this destination or this thing, feel free to book an hour of my time, and here are my fees. So that's something I think we're going to see more of as well. I've seen lots of creators also host travel retreats or group trips as a way to monetize. They're saying, hey, you want to travel with me? Here's the fee to my group trip. There's a lot of companies now that are doing that. And this also works really well for creators who want to offer that value to their community because people want to travel with them anyways. So we're seeing definitely group trips as an opportunity to monetize retreats, things of that nature, where again, you're selling directly to your audience as a revenue stream. Now, I have straight up seen some creators be like, if you love the content I bring to you, remember, I go above and beyond, y'all. Feel free to buy me a coffee. You know, here's my this, here's my that. People have done direct sales. You know, they put their Venmos, they put their Cash Apps, they've told people there's a buy a coffee website, you know, that they'll have some sort of buy a coffee. So you're seeing creators kind of, you know, put themselves out there. If you love what I do and you want to support my next trip so I can create content for you, feel free to buy me a coffee. Now, some people don't feel comfortable doing that. Some are like, yeah, I'm going to do it. So from a monetization standpoint, that's also another way. Now, we did a video recently on Instagram subscriptions, right? So maybe your paid subscribers as a travel influencer, that's where you show behind the scenes. So for monetization, whether it's a membership or an Instagram subscription, you know, maybe it's a Patreon, whatever you want to do you want to make money charging a monthly fee to your fans, to, you know, YouTube membership potentially, so that they can pay to follow along the exclusive VIP content? Again, when you're a creator and you're trying to monetize, you got to think outside the box. Now, I gave you a lot of ideas today. I'm not expecting you to implement all of them. That would be very overwhelming. I want you guys to watch today's video and cherry pick. Oh, that sounds good. That's something I want to do. That's something I want to learn more about. And again, if you ever need our help diving in your business with you, supporting you and helping you make that decision, you can always book a call with me or someone on the team, and we will help you with that part of your business. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. Like I said, make sure you like it. It lets us know that you want more of these videos. Subscribe to our channel, come to our next free live training on all things brand deals, and I'll see you in the next video.